Before we start, this system of recovery has its roots in some extremely useful psychotherapy tools. These tools are discussed in such august tomes as Beyond Psychology by Saj Gabaudet, Life Skills by Marion Volkman, and Cellular Attitude, which is by me. It's helped thousands and thousands of people heal themselves, improve broken relationships, and has been used commercially for a number of years now in business-to-business environment. It works person to person, interdepartmentally, and is also very effective in customer service regeneration. It involves you having the desire to mend the relationship that isn't working or is broken with another party. It requires you to take total responsibility for your part in the relationship and actually in the whole relationship. It gives you the opportunity to change things. Because if you don't change anything about the relationship, it's going to stay broken or dormant. And something has to happen to change this. Now, the very first part of this is contact. And depending on the severity of the issue and depending on the severity of the relationship, depends on how this contact goes. But it's up to you to make contact. And we have a 9-step process that helps facilitate this. And I'm going to go through this now. So the full 9-step process looks like this. 1. I'd like to look at repairing or improving our relationship. I'd like to ask you a few questions to help me understand my part in this. Would that be okay? 2. Okay, regarding the communication in our relationship, was there anything that I didn't say or communicate to you? 3. Okay, was there anything else that I did not say or communicate to you? So you continue with this question until there is nothing else that hasn't been communicated, and you acknowledge each answer. 4. Okay, thanks for that. Regarding the understanding in our relationship, was there anything that I failed to understand about you or what you want? 5. Okay, was there anything else that I failed to understand about you or what you want? And you continue with this question until there is nothing else that hasn't been communicated and you acknowledge each answer. 6. Okay, thanks for that. Regarding our relationship, was there a loss of respect? 7. Okay, regarding our relationship, was there a loss of affection? 8. Okay, regarding our relationship, was there a loss of trust? And lastly, 9. Okay, is there anything else you would like to say about our relationship? The reason that this works so well is that it systematically regenerates the wheel of rapport step by step. Let's look in depth how it gets relationships going again. So in question 1, we said, I'd like to look at repairing or improving our relationship and I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Would that be okay? So this first question is vital. Without an agreement from the other person to consider repair or improvement, nothing can happen. However, what has happened simply by asking the question is that A, you've made a communication that's been received. Remember, that's the first part of the wheel, received communication. And B, you've helped the other person understand that you are looking to improve or repair the relationship. So the second part of the wheel, understanding and comprehension, has also been hit. And C, they may respect the effort you are making, which is the third part of the wheel, respect, trust and affection. You will have effectively taken this broken relationship completely around the wheel of rapport. It's rather like an old-fashioned hand crank that was used to start old cars and aeroplanes. And if the answer to the question is yes, you can move on to the next step and you can continue the restarting process. Of course, if the answer to the question is no, it's not okay, you then have to say, okay, I appreciate how you feel. May I ask when I can ask that question again? They may say never, or they may say give me some time. Either way, you've made your effort. So let's move on to the second step, because the second step is much more demanding. Part 2, the question. Okay, regarding the communication in our relationship, was there anything that I didn't communicate to you? So this second question is asking the other person if there was anything that you didn't say to them. It's extremely important that you word the question like this. Because by doing this, you're not asking them to justify their behaviour towards you in the relationship. Because if you said, is there anything that we didn't communicate to each other, they might think you were actually saying, what didn't you communicate? In other words, the other person might feel blamed for the relationship breakdown, and this will make them feel defensive. Whether they were at fault or not is not important at this stage. In fact, they could be completely at fault for the breakdown in the relationship, but if you wish to repair it, by you saying, was there anything that I didn't communicate to you, you may find something out about the relationship you didn't realise. What is extremely important in this process is that the other person does not feel blamed, because if they feel this, the process will fail. Remember, your objective is to improve, mend or understand this relationship. It's not about apportioning blame. This is why your questions initially indicate that you are taking responsibility for your part in it. In reality, you're asking the other person's opinion and confronting how they feel about you as opposed to how you feel about them. The other person is being given an opportunity to air their viewpoint about the relationship without having to justify themselves. Where this becomes demanding is that you will want to reply to their comments. You may feel that their point of view is incorrect, or they're making inflammatory comments and trying to push your buttons to get a reaction. Whatever you do, you must not react to what the other person is saying. What you must do is acknowledge their comments with an, okay, I hear what you're saying. Is there anything else that I haven't communicated to you? And this is question 3.